All right. Welcome to the first episode and installment of
some sort of
we don't know a name yet.
Radio podcast, something that we're doing that we don't have a name for. We'll figure that out.
Directly into the mic. Like right on.
This is my first time.
Yeah. So, right off the bat, you know, we could talk about two things. Number one, what are we going to call this podcast? And number two, why all of a sudden you wanted to do a podcast. I'm very suspicious of this.
Yeah, this was
Suspect.
my idea. That's true.
So, right off the bat, some suggestions I have as a name. Maybe we could take to Twitter even.
Oh, boy.
You got to talk into the mic. Up there's no mic up here. It's right in front of you. Okay, so maybe we could take
This
to
is
Twitter.
new for me. All these lights also. It's too many lights.
We might...
Already.
Listen, we could maybe take to Twitter or to Instagram stories and get like a vote of, we'll come up with a list of, you know, names I come up with, you come up with, but also people can come up with names. Now, right off the bat, I thought a great name for this would be the end of the rainbow, or now that we've come to the end of our rainbow podcast, or the end of the rainbow. The end of our rainbow podcast.
I think I recall saying that one sounded gay.
I know, yeah, you don't like that. Oh, you're going to say gay and offend the LGBT community. Very nice. First podcast, and you're already offending the LGBT community.
Give it some time, you will too.
The other thing is, I was thinking, what was it? Oh, we're never going to dance again?
Also
podcast. There was some other ones I thought of.
There was one that you said that I liked.
All bets are off.
See,
now let me explain that one.
No, but
though.
wait, I gotta say though, I'm sure that there's already a podcast or some sort of show that already has that name.
We could look it up. It might be a gambling podcast, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The reason why I want to call the podcast All Bets Are Off Podcast is because what's going to happen is the dynamic of our relationship is you want to talk about something and do something thinking that I'm someone else, that I'm some kind of...
Why aren't you?
That I'm some kind of well-mannered, mild-mannered, cucked
Those are
retard.
my hopes for you.
And you know, who reads the New York Times, and then I'm myself, and then when I'm myself, you get mad, and all bets are off. So that's why it would be called the All Bets
Just
Are Off.
cooperate then.
I can't be some I can't be like the neuter
Oh, you
version.
were gonna say retard.
No, well, I've
Now you've offended
yes,
other
that's
people.
true. I meant retard, like in music, but
Bullshit.
no. But I think you want me to be some kind of like neutered version of Ward Cleaver, like a trans version of Ward Cleaver.
What does this have to do with your... Can I say penis?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. It's a podcast.
What does this have
We
to
don't
do
have any
with your
sponsors yet.
genitals?
I don't know. Everything has to do with my genitals, right? It's the
You
patriarchy
brought it
man's
up. We're
world.
already, what are we, 5 minutes in?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
brought it up.
To agitate you is the
You brought
fucking.
it
That's
up.
what people would want to see.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the other thing. Speaking of sponsors,
No, let's not. Can we just do this?
but I mean, it's a good idea to expand our audience and start doing things like, you know, like for
Dude, we
example.
might scrap this entire thing. Can we just do this?
I know for sure that we're going to scrap this entire thing because
Okay,
you
then.
scrap everything that you come up with.
Then?
But if we had sponsor type of thing, we could be like the new PS2. You know what I mean? And so the Deuce Bigelow. All right. Anyway, so okay, so there.
Really? What is this?
We took that on vacation with us once. Great. Now it's behind there.
So where it belongs.
So what? How about we call it the phony hour? Because you have a tendency to, when you're in front of people, to be like, well,
I already
people
said
are going to
gay.
see it. People are going to see it.
And penis.
Yeah, but you have this thing. You have this thing where you're like, I'm normal. I'm together. I don't do anything wrong.
Pot,
I
kettle,
don't do
black.
anything
No,
wrong.
no, you do the same thing. I've
Yeah,
seen
but-
you in front of new people, especially.
Yeah, I'm a retard. Always. I mean, not retard. You know what I mean.
Okay, can we stop? Can we move on?
No.
We're
All right.
already fighting.
Okay, all right. Well, this isn't a real fight. This is what I mean. This is like a phony fight where you're like, I'm lighthearted. I don't throw things or Look that way, though. There's no one over there. The people are there.
So I gotta look
You gotta-
there, but I gotta put this in my face. Ow, that's my foot now.
Well, look, just there, you know?
That's my foot, though.
Okay. So what else do you want to talk about? Or, you didn't want to talk about the C word, and I don't mean...
We can talk about the Q word.
What's the Q? Yeah, the Q word. Quarantine, right? You love it. You love the quarantine.
Oh, I'm having a blast.
Well, you're getting into it. You're like, nothing's wrong. I'm running. I'm getting up every day.
Let's have a podcast.
Just like let's have a podcast. Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm trying to find things to distract myself from like the crushing reality of having to work from home and like the absurdness of that. It's too much.
You might be working from home for 3 years.
Then we need separate apartments.
Yes, I agree. I want a really nice one. You could have the shit one with the mice and the roaches.
Mine will be nicer once you get out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure of it. When you never do dishes and don't take out any garbage, I'm sure yours is going to be a whole lot nicer.
Slow clap for this guy.
Yar, slow clap. That's part of the phony hour right there.
Yeah.
You've never done slow clap.
You've never done laundry either.
Whoa, big deal. Big deal. First of all, I've done laundry in the tub, the old-fashioned way. That's number one. Anyway, so quarantine, right? Yeah, the quarantine. Oh, wait, let me mention why I think it's going to be like 3 years. The Spanish flu.
No. See,
No, but
you're starting already.
It lasted
COVID
3 years.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say
that
COVID. I said the Spanish flu.
But still, this is off limits because I don't want to talk about this because one, everybody's talking about it, and two, we will get into a fight because we don't agree on this.
That's what people want to see.
I don't stop egging me on.
Okay, all right. So how many minutes are we at? You're the timekeeper. You're master of time, all realities. You're master of all realities.
We have 15 minutes.
15 minutes before what? Before you explode? Before everything is lost because something different happened?
Yeah, and I don't want that to be captured, audio and video.
Right. Well, so far we've said absolutely nothing. Why should anyone listen to this podcast going forward?
Okay,
what are we going to have in the future?
Let's talk about
We got
what
15
we've done
minutes.
so far
What
during this quarantine.
Okay, what have we done so far during this quarantine?
We've done all the cliched things like make somewhat elaborate food. We've made bread.
We made bread. That was about the only cliche. Elaborate food? I don't know.
There was one meal I made that was like I wanted to quit halfway. I don't remember what it is now. The tortas.
That was the only thing that you made that was good.
Because it took all day.
So is this the type of like normal talk that like regular people tune into?
What else did we do?
You're doing this to prove that I'm a dick to the world. That's your motivation
No,
here.
I'm really
That's
just
because you're like, if
trying
I
to
do
talk
this,
about
he'll
what
just
we
be an
did.
asshole to me, and then everybody will think it's him.
No, but I think it's funny that I am trying to be regular and normal right now, and you see that as a threat.
Yeah, because normies suck.
Am
Am I not allowed to use normies because I'm 45?
Well, 46 soon. This is the first.
When, next year?
This year, dummy.
Whatever. It's the end of the year.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so we baked bread, we made meals. What else have we done during quarantine?
Oh,
Yeah?
this is important. Got the boys to sleep properly. So before,
Yeah, they're sleeping now.
This is great. So before quarantine, let me just give you a little backstory. Every single night, I would bring the twins. I mean, little backstory. I mean, we have twins. There are 2 years
Oh
old.
yeah, so we shouldn't assume that everybody knows us. Yes, we're parents. We're new parents of 2-year-old twin boys.
Are we still new parents? I don't
Yes, 2 years in.
Okay.
Monodi twins, amazing mom who delivered under pressure, the magnanimous creature of vaginal greatness. Whatever. Yeah. So we're twins, parents.
Okay, so up until I guess quarantine, I would bring them into the bed with me, get them to sleep, which was a trial every night, and it started to get worse and worse once they were starting to hit their 2-year birthday, and then we were all sent home, and I was working from home, and I said, no, if I'm going to be here this can't happen anymore. I'm going to sleep train them. And it took about a week and a half, and it was really difficult at first. And they took turns like screaming and screeching
Yeah.
and crying for hours up until, because I couldn't go to sleep in the other room, obviously. So I think one night it was like till
Look
4
that way.
a.m. 4 a.m. One of them. I think it was Morrow, Twin A.
Right.
And it was really difficult, but just one night they did it, and now like it's rare that either one of them will wake up in the middle of the night to need for the need to be soothed.
That's good for me too.
So yeah,
Because I could get some stuff done.
yeah,
even
and
though
I
I
can get
don't.
some sleep. And
Well, let me interject with one thing. Were you done?
I guess
I'm not trying to cut you off, but I want to keep. We only have 15 minutes, so I
Oh,
want to keep it interesting.
Mm.
We have even less now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been stay-at-home dadding since you went back to work after
That's
your
true.
maternity, and the micromanagement that ensued once you stayed home was also a special feature of quarantine, and I do believe maybe the New World Order's planned to dismantle the family.
So was my eyes being opened to what was actually going
no,
on? during
I don't
the
think
day?
so. No. That's distasteful, disrespectful, everything. It's disgusting. It's
Micromanaging is
disgusting.
okay,
What?
but saying that I micromanage.
Well,
is okay?
I mean, like ridiculous requests, like why are they crying for even a minute? I don't understand
I never
why
said that.
why.
I never said that, but I know that you're trying to get me to harp on you. I know.
It was just one thing, just to say. All right, what else? Positives. Going to the park more often, even though we're not supposed to. We're selfish bastards. Going to the park. How dare us? How dare you?
And I did used to
Going outside?
go
You
to
fucking
the
racist.
gym in the morning. Like now you're cursing and saying.
Well, you could curse.
Well,
Who's going to see it? Your uncle in Pakistan?
who you gonna make see?
My entire network. Hi.
I don't care about your network.
Because you don't believe
so
in my
also,
network.
like, as far as routine goes, before quarantine, I had this routine. I don't know.
Quarantine routine.
But pre-quarantine routine,
Mm-hmm.
where I don't know. I must be like a masochist or something. But I was getting up really early. I was getting up at like 5 a.m. to get on the train to go to the gym. Did that, and then went to work, and then would come home. Because it just made sense to do it in the morning. So when this first happened, I was really feeling also like, what is it? Withdrawal, I guess, from the
Normalcy
gym.
bias.
Even though I don't do it like too much, or I'm not super hardcore
Canary in a
or
coal
gym
mine.
rat.
No? You mad already?
Already, you got me mad like 10 minutes ago, and
No,
I'm trying to
here's
suppress
the
it. No,
thing.
let me finish what I was
Okay,
saying.
all right. I
Jesus.
the thing is that
I don't care.
you
I don't
assume
care.
you
I
can't
don't care. Let me
assume
finish.
you can't
So I
assume
was
that
going to
people
the
want to
gym
hear
and things
this.
I don't care
Okay,
if people
okay,
want to hear this.
okay.
They can turn it off.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was doing that, and I went through like some withdrawal, and I was upset and worried that I was gonna screw up my progress. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna start running in the neighborhood. And this was like March that they told us to go home, and it was still really cold early in the morning. It was like 30 degrees when I would go out. So I would get like all suited up and start running in the neighborhood, which was scary because it was dark, and my
I hope all those people out there can relate to this.
calves hurt for like 2 weeks.
No way, man.
They were sore as
That's
hell.
terrible.
And then
Unbelievable.
And then things
NPR.
were good. Pasquale, this is a big part of my life, and I know you don't give a shit.
No, I give a shit.
But
I give a shit.
somebody's gonna
I'm
give a
just
shit.
wondering. See, that's what I'm wondering about. I want to keep it interesting for the people. I'm riveted by your story, but everybody isn't your
Really
husband.
not.
Everyone isn't your husband. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're not riveted, and you don't even pretend to be
No,
like that husband.
am. No, I am that husband. You don't realize that.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, this is the first episode, right?
And you're already talking over me and trying to divert the topic.
That's going to be the theme of the show. That's going to
You
be
being a dick?
why people tune in. People like dicks. Look at Howard Stern. See what I mean?
That's your goal?
I mean, what do you think people watch or listen to podcasts for? Do you think they listen to podcasts to hear the same shit that they do in their life?
No, but I'm
they
also not,
they listen to this. They want to hear discourse.
Howard Stern and shock jocks are not what I'm going for here.
Well, what are you going for? Because that was the two topics. What are we going to call it, and why the hell did you want to do this with the person that you kind of detest the most? Me.
I have the equipment.
That's it.
The know-how?
I have the equipment and the know-how. What is this, the army?
The gumption.
I mean, there's a lot of places we could go with this. You know, if it's a likable thing, like, oh, those two. I love those two. I love starting my morning with those two. Or we could go the SJW route and be like De Niro and Duzio, or whatever the fuck the name of those two guys are. You know, those guys are, hey, white people. You know what white people do that I hate? You know white people, man? Why do white people eat salad?
You love salad.
All right. So.
But what you will do is have a salad and then have a cookie. Oh, no. The best part.
That's white people, man.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
No, the best part is when you make a juice
Mm-hmm.
and use all the vegetables in the fridge
Yeah.
to make one measly little juice.
Uh-huh.
And then you eat ice cream.
Paleo.
I hate when you do that.
The Paleolithic man ate ice cream.
I hate
Everybody
when you
knows
do that. You waste all those damn vegetables just to have ice cream and eat my ice cream.
The my thing. This is the other thing that I would like to expose to the world. That's one of my goals with this podcast. There's no my food in a marriage. But then you're going to go, I'm going to expose you. You're going to go in that. Whatever. So.
I guess you don't want to go down that.
No, I don't. The show. Will there be another episode? What are we going to call it? You know, do you have any name suggestions? I say the end of our rainbow. We're never going to dance again.
Those are both kind of
bets are all bets are off podcast, or
I guess all
the phony
three
hour
are really negative.
We are negative, yes.
But why would anyone want to listen to anything
I
negative?
just told you.
But there's so much negativity right now anyway.
Oh, now you're going to pretend to be positive for the people on air?
I mean, you got to sprinkle a little positivity in there. That's what I was trying to talk about running. You want to talk about cutting my hair?
Well, yeah, but how much time we got left? Fucking station manager.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. I'm going to talk about your hair. You know,
Okay, so my hair.
First of all, we're going to have to learn how to structure these so that it's.
We'll have topics next time.
Yeah. Guests, product placement, all that kind of shit. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so real quick, my hair was about, for the people who are watching it, but I guess for audio also, it was like to the small of my back. I haven't cut it in like a year. I was planning to cut it pre-quarantine, and then all this shit happened. And then it just got so annoying, and I put my hair up at home all the time anyway, and it would get tangled during my runs, and I was using way too much product to like keep it, you know, halfway presentable, and I was like, fuck it, I just want to cut my hair anyway because I'm
it
not
looks
going to
fabulous,
work.
by the
I'm
way.
not-
It looks fabulous.
You're
It
not
does.
helping.
No, what do you mean I'm not helping? I'm trying to do the normal thing. That's what a normal person would say, and all the normals are out there like, what a great guy.
You're cutting into my 4 minutes.
Go ahead.
So I say I want to cut my hair, and he like sort of says, okay, whatever, fine, I'll help you, because I needed his
First of
help.
all, I'm a hair cutting veteran, so this whole idea.
You also were very afraid to cut my hair because you were like, I don't know how to cut girl hair.
No, right, I know, but I'm just saying, like, this whole panic of like, oh my God, quarantine, how am I going to cut my hair? I've been cutting my own hair for
Yeah, he
like
also
3
knows
years.
how to wash his clothes in the tub.
That's right. I am quarantine material, you know. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I just looked up a couple of YouTube videos and a couple of things online, and I just, put my hair in a ponytail, and I told him to chop away, and it took forever.
It was a lot like that movie 16 Candles, where did you ever see that movie?
I did, but I don't
Your
remember.
generation, a little younger than me.
I don't remember.
It was a very poignant scene when the prom queen gets her hair cut while she was drunk at a party.
Okay.
And that is exactly how it felt.
Well, we were not drunk, and we were not, certainly not at a party.
Yeah, I know that.
No. So he cut it, and it took a while, and then we had to fix it up a bit, but
Cool story, bro.
it was like 8 inches longer than it is right now. Right now, it's
Mm-hmm.
like shoulder length. So this is where I'm at right now, quarantine life.
Yeah, so you cut hair, you did the baking of odd foods thing, you're running like there's nothing wrong,
Sleep train.
you sleep trained, and, you know,
And I'm working
what
from
can
home.
we expect from the next installment of this podcast that doesn't have a name yet? Twitter.
Possibly a name.
Well, we got to throw out some names. I've given a couple. Do you have any thoughts on a name?
I don't, because I don't want any like real negative ones. But
What kind? Well, we're at the end of our rainbow. There's a rainbow in it. That's sort of
I
positive.
know that's.
We've
so,
come
like,
to
you know
the
what's
end
at
of
the
our
end?
rainbow.
Okay, but is there a pot of gold? Or
Perhaps.
is that,
Ask
is there,
Lionel
like,
Richie.
that little demon leprechaun?
Maybe. Maybe that's Fauci and Bill Gates.
No.
Oh, don't go there. Anyway, so how much time do we have? Is there anything else we want to say? Closing? What to expect next week? We're going to do this weekly, monthly. How are you thinking about this?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, what'd you think of your first podcast?
Yeah, it was okay. You're annoying, but it was okay.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot that could be done with this platform. This is a platform, by the way. Did you know that this is a platform? You know, you're going to say hi to Instagram TV? Say hello?
What?
Are you going to say hi to Instagram TV,
Yeah,
the viewers and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to, like, spruce it up next time, bring in some views?
What does that mean?
You know.
Are you telling me to take my shirt off?
Yeah. You never know. So, is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, I guess.
We're done? Well, it's sort of anticlimactic ending, though.
Well, it's the first that we had no agenda.
No
we
agenda.
have no name.
Mm-hmm.
All we have is your equipment and your know-how.
Well, get used to it, because that's what life's going to be like from here on in. Thanks, Bill Gates. Thanks, Fauci.
Till next time.
All right, you have been tuned into the unnamed podcast thus far, but help us name it.
Like an intro and an outro.
Well, I'm using the L1011 song
Why?
for that. For now, until we come.
You chose that.
Yeah, I chose it, but it'll be the fully democratic podcast next time. But listen, the thing is that we have to do more for this, but we're happy to be here. And what are we going to post this on, mine or yours? Both? Okay, so at Clean and Humble on Instagram and at Gilgamemes.
It was private.
Oh, so then it's pointless to post this on yours. All right, anyway, but, we'll try to figure out some way to talk to an audience, if this gets any audience and whatever, and see if we could have a poll for some, what to name this, and more fun things to come. I say we touch on some topics and, Clean and Humble, don't forget, is an audio recording service at your full service. If you want to do a podcast like this, I can help you with that. And beat making,
He has
all
the
kinds of
equipment
stuff.
and the know-how.
I have there you go. There's no better endorsement than that. All right, well, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for the next installment. Hi, bye.
Bye. Bye.